Yo, what is up? What's up, guys? This is L7 Gatsby, and a lot of you guys have requested a photo manipulation tutorial part 2. The first one I asked for, I think 50 or 80 likes. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. I haven't watched the video in a long time, but everyone has been requesting it, and I left out a few parts on the first one because I felt like you guys would already know what to do. But it seems like you guys didn't, so I'm going to go through this whole entire thing step by step. It might be a 20-minute long video, or I don't know if I'm going to cut it into parts, but I'm going to record the whole entire thing right now, but I'm going to cut it into parts, probably. Because I don't want to have you sit here and just wait for like a good 2-hour long, tutorial. So what I'm going to do is, I'm recording 58 seconds. Alright, so this is where I started off the first time. Alright, so what do you need to do to get this picture? This is what I'm working with today. It's not really like, here, let me move these lines because I don't know, I have a pet peeve with lines for some reason. But this wallpaper is from, if you Google Alice in Wonderland wallpapers, you'll find this along with the other ones like the red EMZ or MZ or MZ, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but yeah, so basically what you want to do whenever you're thinking of manipulating a picture is you need to, well, what I do, I don't know about other people, is you need to make sure the area is open and make sure it's going to like all this stuff, like the mushrooms and all that. So basically you're gonna need to have more mushrooms for the picture. And this guy right here, even though he's running like towards you, basically he's gonna be a focal point almost. He's gonna be like the center of attention almost. So what you need to do is you need to have like a good open space right around here. And so that's what we have today. And other pictures, it may be a little bit harder to find, but that's basically what you need to find. And whenever you're moving this, whenever you're moving this to the header, the header, what I make it is I make it 1500 by 500, and then what you see is basically that. And you just, what I usually do is I usually just drag everything from my banner over to my header, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. By the way, if you guys have not, if you guys haven't known, I have recently dropped my 10K follower pack, and it includes the CC temperatures, suns, flares, textures, winter, nature, life, automobiles, insect stocks, social icons, and wallpapers. The wallpapers are probably one of the more favorited thing in the pack, but we're not going to be working on that right now. We're going to be working with this banner right here. So what you want to do at the very beginning is you're going to have to, you can either create a new material or you can double click right here, and it's going to turn up as matte, and it's not going to have anything in there until that pops up. But what you want to do first, and this is something I mess up all the time, is go to render settings, and this is what I do. So we're gonna do this together here. Go to HDTV 720 by 725, and the resolution I don't usually change, but we're gonna change it today just because let's do something new, I'm gonna change that to 300. I don't know what 300 is, but I'm choosing 300. We're going outside of our comfort zone today. And you're gonna name the file, since I'm gonna make it for someone in Saw Koa. I don't know who he is. He paid for a revamp, so I'm gonna make a tutorial out of it since I really don't have anything else to do. I could be doing something, but I'm gonna make this tutorial for you guys. And I'm actually named this tutorial actually. The format is gonna be PNG, what I usually save it as. Alpha channel. Go to multipass. You're gonna see everything's gray. You don't have to do anything with that. Geometry. Go to best. 1x1, 2x2, 4x4. It should be good. Everything should be good. Go to save. This is what I do sometimes. I don't do it every time, but I do ambient occlusion. Not really sure what it does. I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me later. But basically what it does is, what the settings do is basically it zooms in, and you see the black bars are right here, and they used to be like way out here. Well, now they're fixed. But double click your material. The specular is going to be checked. Uncheck it. The color, go to texture, load image. Sorry if I'm going a little bit fast, but this is just how fast I go at it. So we're going to need to get the picture of the, we need to get a picture of what we were working with. So Alice in Wonderland. Click no. It's just, I've heard that whenever you click yes, it just saves the image, but I've never actually done that because I have to basically reinstall some 4D every single time, but I'm not gonna do it. So we have this image right here, and we have the background right here. Okay, now that's just normal. Now because this ground is kind of leveled out, I'm going to size this up just a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna take it back down. Alright, so what you do is you take a, you can either take a plane or you can take a landscape. What I usually do is take a landscape. Alright, so landscape is right here. And so you take it, you move it around and whatnot where you want it. Move it up or down, however you feel. Depends on the background. If you guys want me to, comment below and let me know if you want me to put this image. Well, the image is in my pack, so that's, you can basically go get it from there. The pack is only $10, by the way, people. So size that up a little bit, right about there. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna make sure there's 3 points. There's 1, 2, and 3. This one is to size it in. This back one is to size it, you know, up and down like that. And this third one is to move it up and down like so. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna take this down a little bit, and it may not be perfect, but it's gonna look good in the end. So move that up a little bit, and it should look something like that. We're gonna size this up. So whenever you want to, if this was a Motex or something, this one would make it like more in depth. This one would do the same basically with that. But what you want to do on this is you want to click right in about the middle, and then drag out. Hold your mouse and drag out. And that's basically how you do that. So we're gonna lower this just a little bit more to right there. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to our landscape. And this is what a lot of people mess up on that I see nowadays, is they go to the landscape and they just like make this complete weird kind of texture, font, whatever, I don't know what you want to call it. But what you do not drag this onto this. A lot of people do that. They like to drag the material. They like to drag this material onto the landscape. Don't do that. What you need to do is take this landscape, or take the picture right here, press Control or Command if you're on the Mac, drag it over to landscape like that. And hold on, wait while my computer loads. Sorry. Alright, so it's gonna, as soon as you render it out, it's gonna look basically like, let's wait for my computer, it's kinda slow, sorry. Alright, so when you want to render it out, and this is just from just throwing it on there, not doing anything to it. You see how in the very beginning right here it's just going to be completely black and it's just going to look completely ugly. It's not what you do at all. So what you do is go to the landscape, and to make this invisible, how you see on every other manipulation, go to landscape, right click it, go to Cinema 4D tags, and there's going to be a thing called Compositing. Click on Compositing. So all these things are checked right here, and so what you need to do is, you see the one that's unchecked, check it. And so compositing background is basically what it's gonna do. It's gonna make the plane completely invisible. You'll see in just a second. You see how it's gone now? That's what it's supposed to look like right there. Alright, so what you want to do is whenever you get that fixed, then it's time to bring in your logo. And you go over here to File and to Merge. And then you go to your clan logo, AI, sorry, and you'll find the one that you want to use. And for example, I'm going to be using the SAW one, SAW, not SOAR, or wow, I don't know what else you can make with that, but I'm going to be using SAW. So what you need to do is whenever you get your Cinema 4D tags, it's going to come into like a group of that, unless it's going to be just one little AI. It's going to come into a path of 3. So what you need to do, this is what I do, even though you can do it a lot faster. This is just what I do. Alright, so you get you go to this little green box right here that it's right next to where you found the landscape. It's going to be right next to free draw and spline. It's going to be next to add array object. So you're going to click on this right here. Go to extrude NURBS. And basically what you're going to do is you can drag about 3 of them in there, but what you could do for it to be faster is press Control or Command X and then V. That's basically how to do it right there. And so you're going to drag a path. Each path you're going to drag it into the extrude NURBS. Don't drag the extrude NURBS onto the AI because I don't know, I've never done it and I don't plan on doing it because I don't see a point. So what I did right there is I'm like the landscape right here, I'm dragging from in and I'm going to drag inside now, and that's basically how you do that part. And whenever you get to that point, you're going to want to move your logo to however you want it. Okay, now to make it more little in depth, you're gonna have to get your little cross thing right here and highlight all those and go to movement all the way to the third one. It says 6.567 cm. You're gonna move that up and it's gonna make it more in depth. So you're gonna drag your logo and you're going to, let's make this a little bit bigger, yeah? Yeah, just about right there. Alright, so I'm gonna move that up a little bit, right about there. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that the logo itself is going to be on the plane, like so, like yeah, perfect like that. Alright, so what you want to do is I'm going to be moving this thing over here. If you look inside the Cinema 4D right here, you're going to see this cross with, it's going to be like a cross with a dot inside of it, and there's going to be one that's for moving up and down, circle. This button right here is going to make it so where you can see all 4 focal points of it. So go back to the original one. Okay, now you're going to move this a little up. It really depends on what you're working with. So whatever you're working with, it all depends on what you're working with, basically. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that so many times. But we're gonna put the logo, we're gonna put it right there, and then we're gonna go to the thing that I told you guys about just a second ago. Alright, so we're gonna move this left, and we're gonna move this down just a little bit like that. Boom, it should be perfect. Okay, now so you have your logo, it's all fine and dandy, looks nice, and if you want to, you can always put your MoGraph, go to MoText, and this is going to bring up text right here. And we're back. So we left off the text. So what you're gonna do is, since we're gonna make it for Koa, I don't know what you want to call his name, But usually, whenever I make a manipulation, I go to the fonts right here, and whenever this happens, don't even freak out. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't, because I know this is not going to be the end. And at this moment, Gatsby knew he fucked up. Just kidding. You're going to see he's going to come back any day now. Probably within the next 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And back. There we go. Alright, so that looks pretty cool. Not. Just kidding. That could actually look pretty nice with it. I usually go with where is it at? Typograph Pro. But to be honest, now looking at it, it kind of looks boring. So let's go back up to that one font that we were at. See if we can find it. Takara, whatever it is. Alright, so we're gonna move this height down to about there. Move this up and weird and whatnot. Make this depth like so. Alright, now let's drag this down to wherever the placing is. And I'm going to run this into the logo for a second, just so I can know where I am. Alright, so we're at the right place. Alright, there we go. So we're going to move that a little bit. And if your letter, like say the K is right here, but the H is not on the ground. So what you're going to do right there is you're going to go to your mode text and press C. I don't know what it is on the Mac. I hope it's C2. Or not C2, but I hope it's C as well, so it won't look like a retard. You're gonna put that in the ground a little bit, you know, mess with it, you know, put that, you know, somewhat right there. Put the A, you know, tilt that a little bit, you know, that looks cool. Like that. And let's move it, let's kind of crooked this up like that. And these are all basic steps of what you usually do on a daily basis for, that's basically what you do on that part. And you're gonna go up to, whenever you go to this, you see your letters right here, highlight them and go to caps, fill it cap, and this is like basic. This is like really basic Cinema 4D. If you don't know how to do this, then it's okay. It's okay. We've all been there. So we're gonna lower this, boom, like that. We're gonna make a new material and take off specular, color. Let's go to, since I can't go into my freaking pack and get the file for it. That, so I'm gonna go to concrete and let's use I think I'm gonna go with this one. Nice, smooth looking color. So whenever you get this, okay, so you see the shadow right here, kind of goes around. To make the shadow on the bottom, where I always do, is you're gonna right click the material right there and go all the way down to Object, Soft Shadow, and then the material is gonna have a shadow that casts the bottom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the, you know, the logo. Yeah, I'm gonna make it like that. I'm gonna select these, take them outside. Okay, I messed up. Hold on, guys. We fucked up. Alright, so we're gonna move these. Alright, so we're gonna make this, and a lot of people like to just make it UVM or UVW mapping. What you're gonna do is gonna go to frontal, and that's gonna make it already look good, but we don't want that. We want to go all the way down to where it looks like the material is gold, literally gold. Now, so we got this looking like it's gold. Boom. I think I'm gonna switch up that material. I don't think I like it. It's got too much of a tan look to it. That should look good. That should look good. Let's move this back a little bit. Right about there. Okay. Move this to the left. And it should be cool. Alright, so what you do whenever you have your text in your little plane right there, what you're going to do is, what I do is I go to spotlight. So this is all going to turn black. Don't worry. Move this smaller. Don't worry about being smaller because it's still going to look the same. It's going to still act the same. Then you're going to move this. It's going to shine on the text like so. Spread this out. Not in. Retard. Spread that out. Spread that out like that. Alright. And so go into your little vision thing, Bob. And we're gonna size this out by like 500, like that, boy. Alright, now we're gonna make another one, but except for this one, we're gonna put this one right over here, and that's basically what we're gonna do right there, boy. Tell you what. But on this one, we're gonna make this one a little bit dimmer, so we can't really see too much. You feel me? Like that. I'm going to move this light a little bit down so we can see it very well. Select the two lights, go to shadow, none, go to shadow maps, soft. Render that out, see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, make some more lights. This A is really bothering me. We're going to wait until that renders. Alright, so going through this, you already see a problem, and whenever you see the problem, because you see it's black right here, go up to here to area light, and it should light up the room instantly. Move this up and down, left and right, like you do it on everything else. Spread it out a little bit, even though I'm not really sure what that does, but I do it anyways, just so I can make myself feel better. Move this up, like that. Same as the light, soft shadow. We did this a little bit to where it matches. Render that out. And let's see what it looks like. Alright, and we are back. So what you're gonna see here is you're gonna see the Saw logo and the Koa, whatever his name is. Still, I have no idea. You're gonna see that it's kind of blurry a little bit, and it doesn't look like it fits all too well in this kind of environment. So what we're gonna do is obviously we're going to move this up a bit, right about there. We're gonna move this forward just because I feel like it's necessary. Move this down like that, and about like that. And I'm not really sure what that's gonna do. I just feel like it's gonna help me in life a little bit better, so I'm gonna do it. You know, just it feels right. So that's what the plan is here today. All right, so we got that little fixture right there, little fixture. We're gonna render that out again, and I'm gonna be right back once again. Alright everybody, and we are back. And if you do notice, I kind of moved the logo in text a little bit outwards to where you can see the bottom of it, just so it won't look too I guess if you want to call it bland. I don't know if you want to say bland or not, but I moved it forward so you guys could kind of get a brief idea of what we're kind of working with here. And I'm sorry if you wanted to see how to move it, but I didn't show. I apologize for that. I did that off recording. But what you're gonna do is, as soon as you have all this saved up, and this is just basic Cinema 4D. This is basically what I do. So we're gonna render that out, and that's gonna be for the. I'm gonna cut this in 2 parts. Hopefully, this is gonna be the first part, and the second part is gonna be after this video gets 50 likes, or maybe 35. I don't know. Or actually, I'm not even gonna ask for likes for it. It's just if whenever this video gets up, and as soon as it gets published, then I will start working on the second part. No, actually, scratch that. I'm just gonna keep on recording this, and then as soon as the Sim 40 part gets done, I'm gonna move over to Photoshop. But at that point, it's gonna be cut in another section, and it's gonna be in another video. So, without further ado, thank you guys for sticking around for this long. I know it's been what, 27 minutes. Yeah, guys, just look out for the second part, and yeah, it's gonna be out really shortly, right after this one. It's gonna be my second upload after this. So thank you guys. It's Elson Gatsby for Cinema 4D Part 1. Part 2 for Photoshop. It's gonna be after this. Thanks.